The anger and tension over Kashmir is growing. Tempers are fraying. And there's immense frustration over what's perceived to be the international community's muted reaction over what's going on there.
This is what happens when the whole issue of Kashmir is raised. It inflames passions, and people are prepared to go to all sorts of lengths.
Many here want the Pakistan government to be tougher, and containing this thirst for justice may become increasingly difficult for the different political leaders.
So we are angry here. We don't want to fight, but I think that the last step, the last option is fight. We have to get Kashmir by sword, by ammunitions and guns.
And do you think people would support Pakistan military action? Do you think the public here would?
Yes, sure. I am sure Pakistani people will support military action.
What Modi is doing, he has promised his people that he will take over Kashmir even through unfair ways. He's basically massacring everything.
The disputed territory is still mostly under lockdown, with some communications relaxed ahead of the Muslim religious holiday of Eid. Thousands of troops are still patrolling the streets, and hundreds of activists, politicians and academics have been rounded up and arrested to try to stop mass protests or demonstrations. The curfew was lifted briefly for prayers, but the largest mosque in Srinagar remained closed for fear of large groups massing, and many here still feel under a state of siege. The Pakistan government has been in emergency mode, with Imran Khan's cabinet meeting to agree an action plan. They want an emergency UN Security Council meeting and a united front against what they say is India's illegal moves. The country's top foreign minister made an urgent trip to Beijing. China has expressed serious concern over what's been happening in Kashmir, and both countries believe India's unilateral decision threatens the region's peace and stability. There have been demonstrations too in India, with many critics of the country's hardline Prime Minister seeing his move as unconstitutional and provocative. So far, the Pakistan authorities are pursuing political, legal and economic measures against India. But passions are high over Kashmir, and no one believes it's going to be sorted quickly. Alex Crawford, Sky News, Islamabad.